The code executed by interrupt is not generally considered part of the main application. It is a separate piece of code. Since this code handles the cases where an interrupt occurs, it is called as interrupt handler or interrupt service routine, ISR. You must write an interrupt service routine for each interrupts your target hardware can detect, even if the handler consists solely of a return from the interrupts. Right now. So if for every interrupts, there should be an interrupt ISR. Right. As I told you before, some microcontroller has list of interrupt vectors. Some microcontroller has only one interrupt vector. Type of service interrupts. Vectored arbitration system. Portion of program memory is reserved. It is fast. Single memory location is used for all interrupts. That means non-vectored arbitration system. It is a little bit slow because for every interrupt we are coming to that one, then we have to check which interrupt happened. After that, we have to branch to that particular service routine. So these were a little bit overhead and it is slow. List of action after detection of interrupts. Moment you detect the interrupt, what are the things that you have to do? Save status of machines, including the current program counter, stack pointer, and register content. Whatever it is, you have to follow certain order. The first push that you make is program counter. Second push that you make is stack pointer. Third push you push is an active accumulator content. Like that, they will have a flow. Whatever the flow in which you pushed, you have to pop it back when you return from the interrupt. As we are using libraries, as you are using embedded C, those will be taken care by library itself. There is an XC library in PIC microcontroller, so that will handle. When you are writing an assembly program, you have to take care of that. Right. Disable all interrupts. When you go to when you are going to service a routine, you have to disable all running whatever interrupts that you have, you have to disable all of them. Jump to ISR, go to interrupt service routine, complete the service, pop saved values back to respective register in the order in which you pushed. If you push program counter first, while you are popping, you have to pop your register content first because that is the last in first out now. While you are popping out, you have to pop your program counter at the last. This is stack. We are pushing the content to stack. So the first you push, you will receive it at the last. Right. And then resume to execute main program. That's how. That's how it is. Right. That is the concept behind interrupt service routine. Brownouts. Brownout occurs when the operating voltage falls below a defined brownout voltage. There is a voltage defined for every microcontroller. When it goes, when you are the power that you supply, voltage that you supply to the microcontroller, it should be probably 5 volt to 5.5, something like that. When you are having some 3 volt, 2 volt, 1 volt, something like that, the brownout will happen. The brownout occurs, the device is reset and wait for operating voltage to rise above the brownout voltage. During that time, it will not run any instructions. It will simply wait. Once you recover from the brownout, it will start operating normally. Microcontrollers have an onboard circuit which provides the brownout protections. Maybe they may have some compensation circuitry which can avoid the voltage to go below the brownout voltage. Right, that is called as brownout protection.
Are you engineering graduate who want to kickstart your profession in automotive domain? Are automotive professional who want to switch your job to interesting positions with higher packages? Are you professional who look to work for great automotive OEM? Are you software professional who look for automotive job in Germany, France, UK, and US? Not sure about where to start? Then contact Yahasia Software for more details. They have nearly 20 years experience in corporate training and helped many professionals to achieve their dream job in automotive domain. They have students across 67 countries. They are conducting regular training on various topics. Automotive system testing using Python and embedded C for automotive are trending courses from them. Hence, to make your dream true, contact them now using 87545187545.
Right. And then in a microcontroller, we have different serial protocol standards that they support. The famous one is CAN that we are studying in other courses in detail right now. It is an asynchronous 8 byte per packet. It is a multi-master broadcasting communication. And then I2C, we didn't study that before. We will do that as part of this course. And then how to do program for them using embedded C. We'll study that multi-master, multi-slave. Then SCI, asynchronous communication. SCA or USART or UART, all are coming in the same ground, right? It is asynchronous, which is having a pin TX and RX, TX, RX and ground. It is carrying 1 byte per packet. Then we have SPI, serial peripheral interface. Using that, we can interface external peripherals like display, keyboard, stepper motor, something like that. We can connect them with the microcontroller using serial peripheral interface, right? These are the four major standards that we are going to learn that is common in every microcontroller. Then every microcontroller will have an analog to digital converter, because before you make any decision, you need some input. Microcontroller is a digital device, but in real time, everything is in analog. First of all, we have to digitize our physical quantity, physical signals, and how to convert that into digital. Only then we can process. Either it can be a fuel level, engine RPM, vehicle speed, tire pressure, whatever it is. To digitize that, every microcontroller will have inbuilt analog to digital converter. Some of them will have 1 channel or 2 channel. Some microcontroller will have 8 channels. You can digitize from 8 different inputs. By making appropriate multiplexing, you can get you can digitize that particular signal and can use it in your program. Right. In analog to digital converter, they have different methods. Successive approximation type, single flow slope type, and flash converter type. In that, very famous is the first one, successive approximation type. Other two are little bit slow. Some of them were pricey to implement in a microcontroller.